I'm protected from the sun now. We've created a wonderful Dodger assembly here, and as you can see, it's going to give me great protection from the elements, and obviously our Bimini does the same for us. I want to talk about one more thing, and that is that throughout this DVD, we have discussed the construction of a two-bow Dodger. We haven't talked about a three-bow assembly, yet we do sell a three-bow kit. Our answer to that is that the written PDF instructions that come with this video do cover the differences that you would follow in the set of construction details if you happen to have a three-bow Dodger. But while we're out here, I want to just discuss what a three-bow Dodger might mean and really the only differences that it creates. If this were a three-bow frame, what we would have would be an additional jaw slide, eye end, curved frame piece, crown piece, and curved frame piece that runs down the other side to yet another eye end and jaw slide. That assembly would be mounted higher up on the primary leg of the frame. And by doing so, we increase the amount of rafters, if you will, in the top of the Dodger. Typically, you can expect to get a span, a tight span, I should say, of about 40 inches from the back to the next framing piece. So if we added a third piece, we could really get a Dodger that was very large, almost 80, maybe even a little bit bigger, 80 inches in length from front to back, not including the forward panel, because of that additional frame piece. But how does that change things for patterning? Really, the only change it makes for patterning is now we would be patterning a back top section between that mid bow and the primary bow, and that section would not come down as far. Your pattern would come down to an intersection somewhere up here on the primary leg. So it's going to be, relatively speaking, a narrower pattern from side to side when you lay it out on the floor to do your final patterning. The forward top section, which would be between the forward frame piece and the intermediate bow, would have a slightly different shape because it would essentially come down to your lowest jaw slide mounting and be patterned just as we did in this video. But if you think about it, you're going to have a piece that it has wings, if you will, that would run like this and then gets wider in the center and then tapers back down on the other side to a fairly narrow side section. But it will be quite a bit wider overall than the back piece that we talked about because the connecting points come down further on the framing. Now the other thing that's going to change is obviously the zipper pocket will not be able to come down past the jaw slide that is up here for the intermediate framing. So you're going to find that your zipper pocket is going to be higher on the frame pieces as opposed to as low as we have here. But as you can see, you can still run your tails all the way down like we've done in this case, irregardless of where that zipper pocket stops. So you have to think about where the zipper pocket's going to stop relative to that frame piece. You have to think about patterning an additional piece, which would really be the middle piece in this case. And you still want to get all your appropriate marks so that you can denote where the pivot points are on the pieces, as well as where the back edge of the framing is and so forth. Everything that we really did in the video up to this point. We're just adding one additional piece there, and then we're adding one additional intermediate sleeve. There would be yet another 36-inch sleeve that would fall in the center in order to contain the intermediate bow. And you build it exactly the same way we built this sleeve, but once again, pattern the curved edge, the forward curved edge of the sleeve to the panel that it's going to fold back on. So that would be patterning it to the aftmost top panel piece, the forward edge of the aftmost top panel piece. And again, that's all discussed very carefully in the written instructions, but if you've done a two-bow frame, really everything that you've learned here applies to the three-bow Dodger. So go to it, have fun. If you have any questions, give us a call, and when you're done with it, enjoy your brand new Dodger.